Hello and welcome to Physics with Amol sir. So this video is for class 10th and we are going to continue with the chapter of human eye. So the previous video we saw two eye defects, okay, which were myopia and hypermetropia. Today we will see a third defect that is called as presbyopia, okay, and we are going to talk about refraction that takes place by a prism, okay. So let's begin. So just a quick revision. Myopia stands for nearsightedness, people who can see nearby objects but cannot see far away, and hypermetropia, that stands for farsightedness, people can see far away objects, cannot see nearby objects. Okay, these were the two defects we saw previously. Now there is a third defect that is called as presbyopia. Okay, now presbyopia, this basically happens in the old age. What happens is, in the old age, the ciliary muscles, they become very weak, and because the ciliary muscles become weak, they are not able to focus. Okay, so when people get old, they are not able to change the length, the focal length of their pupil, their eyelids. Because of that, they are not able to see far away objects or nearby objects. Okay, that focusing does not take place. So this particular defect, that is called as presbyopia. Then depending upon this, the particular lens, that is a corrective lens, is suggested for people suffering from presbyopia. Okay, so these are the three major eye defects: myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. Now there is one more defect that is called as cataract. I think you must have heard about it if there are any old people in your house. Okay, cataract is basically the pupil of the eye, it becomes whitish, milky white in color. That is called as cataract. Okay, if a person is suffering from cataract, then surgery is the only option. By surgery, that cataract can be removed. Okay, that is the eye defect, that is cataract. Okay, the pupil becomes milky white, and of course you can understand, if the pupil is not transparent, it will not be able to form images properly. Okay, let us move on to the next topic, that is refraction by a prism. Okay, now what is a prism? You can see some diagrams on the screen. Okay, a prism is basically a three-dimensional structure and it is made up of a transparent material. Prism can be made up of glass or it can be made up of any kind of transparent material. Need not be glass only, but a transparent material should be there. Okay, so using a transparent material, if we make a shape like this, we call that as a prism. Okay, what you see here on the board, this is a cross section of a prism. Okay, if you cut the prism, this is how the cross section will look like. Now in this particular topic, we are going to see the refraction that takes place by a prism. Okay, it's a very interesting topic. We are going to see some very nice effects also because of this particular topic. Okay, so first, as I said, this is the cross section of a prism. Let us understand its parts. This cross section will give the name A, B, C. Okay, the part BC we will call as base of the prism. Okay, remember, so BC will be the base of prism. Then you will see an angle over here. Okay, this angle A. This is called as the refracting angle. I will write it here. Okay, so A is called as the refracting angle of the prism. Generally for equilateral, we have equilateral prisms. Their refracting angle is 60 degrees, but need not be. You can have different kind of refracting angles. Okay, there are some prisms which are very thin. They are so thin that the refracting angle is 1 degree. Okay, so you can have different kind of refracting angles. So this particular angle BAC, this angle here is the refracting angle, the angle opposite to the base. Fine. So this is the cross section of a prism. Now let us see how refraction will take place by our prism. Okay, so imagine there is a ray of light. Okay, a ray of light is incident like this on our prism. Okay, it is incident on the face AB. This ray, let us call it as PQ. Okay, so PQ is the ray which is incident on our prism. When it enters over here, so it is going from air medium into glass medium. I am sure you remember in the previous chapter we have seen. If a ray of light enters from rare medium into dense medium, it is going to undergo refraction. Okay, so what will happen to this ray? It will undergo a refraction like this. Okay, let us call that refracted ray as QR. So PQ was our incident ray, QR is refracted ray. Okay, when it comes here again, the medium is changing. Here it was glass, outside we are having air, so again it will suffer refraction. and the ray will come here. Let us call that as RS. So once again, PQ incident ray, QR refracted ray, and RS now that will become the emergent ray. Okay. Now let us measure the angles. How do you measure the angles? Here the ray was incident on the glass surface AB. So we will make a perpendicular there. The perpendicular will look like this, right? So this is the perpendicular. And now to measure angles. So this is the incident ray PQ. So angle between PQ and the normal. Okay. This angle we call as I, angle of incidence. Then here refracted ray, and this is the normal. So this angle will be called as R, that is angle of refraction. Similarly, we can make a normal on this surface. Here RS is the emergent ray, so angle between emergent ray and the normal, that will call as angle of emergence. Okay, so this is refraction taking place by a prism. Okay, I am sure this is very easily understood. But we will go one step further now. What we will do is we will extend our incident ray. So PQ I can extend like this. Yes, and you can see RS is over here. So RS you will extend at the back side like this. So if you notice this area, okay, this is PQ and this is RS. Okay, these are the two lines. They have intersected here, and you can see they are also making an angle with each other. This angle that they are making with each other is termed as delta or angle of deviation. Okay, so the angle between incident ray and emergent ray is called as delta angle of deviation. Okay, so these are the concepts to be remembered when we are talking about refraction by a prism. So as you can see, it is a very simple concept, that is refraction by a prism. Now what you have to do is you have to make this diagram with all the labels. Okay, I will be sharing the notes with you. In those notes you will find this particular diagram, okay, with all the labels. This is very, very important. So we will make the diagram, okay, put all the labels, and you have to understand how refraction is taking place. Okay, if there are any doubts, make sure that you are asking. In the next class, we are going to see some more things about what happens when light passes from a prism. Okay, there is a concept that is called as dispersion, and it is because of this particular dispersion that we get the rainbow to be formed in the sky. Okay, but that will be for next class. Thank you.